So it's the beginning of the end of a show I've enjoyed for 7 years. Well, a show that I've also been angry at for a few months and maybe a year in there when Cece was revealed as A. But it's kind of a bittersweet moment to know that these are the last few episodes we will ever see of this show. So I know the finale is going to be really sad no matter how it goes down and what tomfoolery happens with the AD reveal. I'll still be sad to lose these characters as a part of my life. So I was actually, I was pleasantly surprised with this finale. I thought there were some things that didn't make sense and things that were just completely over the top, but I've come to know that as just common in this series. That's just what happens. But some highlights I want to touch on would be number one, A's crazy new board game. So it's insanely high tech to the point, like mind-blowingly high tech, and my first thought was this is Caleb doing this because we all know he's super techy, but then I was reading my comments from you guys for my reaction video and people were pointing to Lucas, which I think is another really good guess because he's an app developer, plus we know he has made a lot of money, and whoever put this together, it looks pretty freaking expensive. So I think it's kind of comical, especially when it spit out that letter from Mary. The whole thing's really actually comical and over the top, but I will be interested to see what clues it has for the girls in the future. So kind of some things I'm wondering about is, like, does AD want Toby and Spencer to be together? Like, are they shipping Spoby because they wanted her to go see him at the hospital? And then in my live chat, some people said, like, well, is Toby AD? Because if so, he's definitely trying to get back with Spencer. But, there's this Yvonne factor, which I definitely thought she died in the car crash, but she's alive, but she's not doing good. So thumbs up for that. And again, I wish no ill will on the actress herself or any actresses on this show, but the character, she needs to go, just like Shower Harvey needed to go. Am I right? Ezra, I've broken up with you. I broke up with you, I think, last season, and I just want to let you know that you're officially dead to me. Like, I'm ghosting you, like you're done, because what is wrong with you? You keep acting foolish and crazy, and I feel so bad for my girl Aria because the nonsense that you're putting her through is so wrong. He's not interested at all in planning the wedding. He made Aria look like a fool in front of Holden. I don't even know if I believe that he's going to New York to deal with Nicole's issues again. And I sympathize with Nicole. I understand she's been through a lot, but he's way more interested in her than his own fiance. So Aria should be, look, if I were Aria, I'd be like, look, I understand that Nicole's been through a lot and that you want to, I guess, be there for her, but you have put me on the back burner by doing this. I feel like I'm insignificant in your life, Ezra. And I just think that maybe we should take some time apart, or this just isn't going to work because you're sorting all this stuff out with Nicole, and I feel like I don't have a part in your life anymore. So anyway, Aria, Marlene, whoever, just take this information and deliver that to Ezra because she's just looking like a weak person and I don't like it, and I want her to break up with him. And I'm not like a super fan of Holden, but if that would help her to move on from Ezra, yes. And I know a lot of people are really wanting her to be with Jason, and I found them very great together. So I'm completely team Jaria. Ezra, you have to go. You just have to go. So how the heck was Spencer able to walk around and be acting like a normal person except for being in a sling after being shot? Like, that's just not realistic. And I know the show is not realistic, but it's also not really science fiction either. So it didn't make any sense to me. And I think that was definitely an error on the part of the show. And maybe they should have time jumped a few months or something after the shooting. All right, the medical scrubs in the scene with Jenna. Well, first of all, I thought Jenna was A's prisoner, but it looks like she's kind of working with him, or she's down with him or whatever, and not so sure she's blind because, haven't been sure she's blind for a while now. But the person was in medical scrubs. Now, I don't know if that's A's helper or if that's A themselves. As far as the size of this person, I don't think it matters because I know the people behind the show have said before that when A was wearing the hoodies everywhere, they used like background people and people who worked on the set and whatever. It wasn't the actual person who would be revealed as A, so I don't think that matters. But of course it points to Ren, but is it pointing to Ren because they want us to think it's him? Is it pointing to Ren because they want to throw us off and think it's him? Or is it pointing to Ren because it doesn't have anything to do with anything? I'm going to vote for number 3. I think that's where we're going here. So Allie and Paige and I'm going to call her Shay, but Emily. Okay, Allison's acting like a spoiled brat. She definitely reminds me of the Allison we knew from Allie in high school. Not like the Allie from the first half of the season who was tolerable and likable, but she's creating a scene at her workplace. She's an adult and she's acting foolish. And I know that she's had drama with Paige before, and I don't think that Paige is an innocent, super nice person, but Allie is overstepping and acting crazy. And, you know, Emily has a lot of sense. She's pretty grounded, but Allie's not seeing it. So do I think they'll end up together? Probably, Allie and Emily. But I'm, you know, Allie's back to her old games again. And, you know, I think even Paige is acting mature and makes sense right now. And, I mean, I didn't forget that she tried to kill Emily, believe me. But, you know, she's just way out of control. And back to Holden, I don't know if they brought him back to the show to make him like a love interest for Arya or whatever, but how funny was it when she had to tell him she was marrying her teacher? And then how funny was it when he was like, wait, who's Nicole? There were so many funny moments, especially when Mona said she didn't really care that Noel died, even though they used to be BFF, you know? I don't know. But, you know, I'm interested to see where it's going, only because there's only a limited amount of episodes left, and I can't wait to see what is spit out of that game. We need to talk about Spencer and her fake mom and her real mom. We finally got the confirmation, even though we knew that Veronica wasn't really her mom, and we've got that confirmation from Veronica. And that this is the point where I'm concerned about who A is, based on this emphasis on Spencer and her real mom and Mary Drake and all of that. And by the way, where the heck is Mary Drake? Could she be AD? I don't know. It seems to be highly centered on her. But like, really, like, would Lucas or Caleb care about who Spencer's mom was, and like care that she read that letter that was supposedly from Mary, but maybe that's a setup by A? Like, who cares so much, you know? That's what I'm wondering. I just don't see one of the girls or someone their age giving a crap about some of that stuff that happened, I guess, in the 80s, right? But the letter was sad, and it kind of made me feel bad for Mary, even though I don't trust her. And the whole scenario was weird. And what I don't understand also is, did she want to have sex with Spencer's dad? Was she forced to have sex with him? I don't get it, because I was going to say, you know, she could have been conned into it, but he was the one who was conned because he thought it was Jessica, but now she's the one playing the victim. And I don't feel sorry for her if she consented to it, because like the fact that she got pregnant is kind of on her. And I mean, like, you consent to it and you don't use protection or whatever, like, that's kind of on you. But she was making herself like a victim here, the fact that she got pregnant. So I'm immediately thinking sexual assault, which a lot of you are saying, no, that is not where they are going. But where are they going? How am I supposed to think that Mary is a victim in this situation, and that she's a victim because she got pregnant if she consensually had sex with someone and didn't try to prevent this pregnancy, right? Do you see where I'm going? So if you could help me understand that, and I'm totally open to your guys' point of view, and maybe it wasn't a sexual assault, but she really in that letter wanted to be the victim, wanted to us to feel sorry for her. And, you know, do I feel sorry for her if she tricked this man into thinking she was someone else? I mean, yes, he was cheating. I don't feel bad for him either, but she was trying to be someone else, right? And then she consented to it, right? Anyway, does Spencer have a twin? I don't know, but believe me, I'm sick of twins, and I could see that happening, but there's too many twins going on with this show, and I really can't deal with that anymore. So I think that's everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about this episode, which actually was a lot, and a lot happened, I felt like. So that's good, because we only have 9 episodes left, so everyone should be like chock full of stuff. So what did you think about this episode? What did you think about any of the points that I brought up? Who do you think AD is, or do you think there's an AD team? I've seen a lot of those comments on my videos. Just a heads up for you guys, if you ever see something you consider could be a spoiler on another website, or it's circulating on social media, I personally don't really like to hear about that stuff. And I know that some people posted some stuff to me today that they weren't trying to be malicious, and I'm not upset with anyone, but just a heads up, in the future, I don't want to know the details. I mean, you can tell me there's a spoiler circulating, but please don't go ahead and tell me the details, because I don't want to know. Plus, other people read my comments, and I know they've asked for me not to say anything, and they hope it's not in the comments. So please keep it to yourself, or just tell me, hey, are you aware there's a spoiler? Because I'm not going to look it up if I don't know about it, because I don't want to know about it. So that's just how I feel about it. I know some people love to find out what a possible spoiler could be, but you know, I really want to be surprised. I've watched this show for 7 years. I've watched it from the beginning. The day that it aired live, I was sitting there watching it. So I don't want to know who AD could be. Like, I really want to figure it out with you guys without any influence from the outside or possible leaks or spoilers. But anyway, I love you guys. If you're new here, please subscribe. I have so much in store for these last 9 episodes. And if you enjoyed this video, thumbs up. I'm loving being able to talk to my Pretty Little Liars family and then all of the new people who are in my Pretty Little Liars family. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me. And I hope you're having a great week. And check below for the schedule so you don't miss any of my Pretty Little Liars vids. So bye guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of KELLIETV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the KELLIETV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.